Something very, very real just happened right now, and it's not stuff that I ever like to show. This is a very, very big fish coming up. Oh, there he goes. Boom! We're chasing giants down today. At least that's the goal here. And we're gonna primarily focus on throwing the fly rod for the most part. I have all my other gear with me, but I really wanna see if we can catch some big fish on the fly. And as I'm pulling up to this first spot, this mangrove head, I'm reaching in my box, digging around, and I hear a giant splash behind me, right against this mangrove head. And I think to myself, well, it has to be a pelican or an osprey diving because it was so unbelievably loud. And I turn around, it's just boom, boom, boom. A mullet getting pounded by something big. It's a bit windy today, which will make our fly fishing cast a little harder. But we're gonna move back into the mangroves today and see what we can do. It's been a minute since I've actually really thrown the fly rod around, and I'm very excited. And that looks good. I picked out my biggest streamer I had in the box. And we're gonna throw this along the mangrove line for big snook, redfish, tarpon, and who knows what else awaits for us. I'm not classically trained in the fly rod, but I like to think I can throw it pretty well and get the job done. We'll see if we can prove that today. I really want to spin. Ooh, big giant fish just swam underneath my boat. Follow me in late. Ooh, big giant Jack Crevalle is what they were too. They swam right underneath my boat. I don't know if I'll be able to. We got a mangrove point out behind us here. I'm getting wrapped up. I gotta put one right now. I'm whipping this bug. Ooh, two big redfish right here, I think. Oh my gosh, yeah, nice red. Calm, 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 buddy, calm. Oh, stud red. Literally third cast of the day. I have so much fly line out. All right, he needs to run for me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Give him a few courtesy pumps while I try to get in my slack. Oh, there he goes. Boom! Literally, probably my fourth cast of the day. I'm sitting there looking at this point backwards, and I just see this big red shape cruising about 10 feet from my boat. Laid that fly up pretty poorly, but I was just stripping all of the spare line out. And the second I popped this big streamer over his head, the redfish came off the bottom, went boom. Fly rod, how sweet thou art. This is a decent one too, man. Oh, it's a stud. This is like one of the bigger redfish I've caught in a long time. And it's on the whip. Oh my Lord. All right, we're having. Listen to her rip, baby. Listen to her rip. This is a 10 weight right here I'm throwing. And I'm glad I brought the 10 weight because I was hoping to battle some big snook and hopefully some big tarpon today, but I will take a big redfish any day of the week. He's pretty big. I don't know how big exactly he is, but he's good. Oh, he's right next to the boat. Came up head first. That was disturbing. We're just gonna be patient, keep him down. This is a freaking stud redfish. Fly right in the corner of his mouth. Stay glued, brother. That's all I need of you, is to stay glued. Patience is key here. Patience is key. We just want to tire him out. He took some really, really strong runs pretty quickly here. I'm gonna hit the spot lock now. Another giant eat right against the bank. Oh, and a big old Jack Crevalle swimming underneath him right now. I mean, not big, like a 3-4 pound Jack Crevalle swimming underneath him. Oh, how good is that, man? That is a stud. That's one of the bigger redfish I've caught in a long time. Dude, bust out the fly rod, beautiful things can happen. Let me show you guys this fish. There is our stud red drum, probably about 25 to 26 inches, I bet. Unbelievable fish, man. On the fly, 4th or 5th cast of the day. We made the right choice to bring the fly rod out, and hopefully we can sight cast some big snook, big tarpon, big trout, big everything while we're at it. What an absolute beauty that is right there. Absolute stunning redfish here. We're gonna take a good amount of time to revive this guy. Really thick. He spent a lot of time making some hard runs. Redfish can get really fatigued pretty easily, so we're gonna make sure he does. We're gonna make sure he really catches his breath well. Oh, I can already feel him kicking on me a little bit here. Get out of here. Oh, what a way to kick off this afternoon. Unbelievable. There's still fish blowing up on that mangrove head, man. We're gonna pick up the fly and keep throwing. I'm literally just throwing a super simple, big, like 4-inch streamer right there, probably 5-inch streamer, biggest one I got in the box. What the hell am I looking at? Please don't be what I think just happened. Damn it, man. That sucks. Ugh. Yeah, something very real just happened. It's not something that I ever wished to happen, and you know, I want to keep things real, and I'll show this because this is a real part of fishing, and thankfully it doesn't happen to me very often. I just released that red, and if you saw the footage, he kicked off pretty darn good. I'm sitting there you know, stringing my fly, and what do you know, right here I see something float up, and it's my redfish completely split in half. Literally within 30 seconds of releasing him, a shark came by and nabbed him and split him right in half. And that is just the top half of that fish floating. And I know that shark's still nearby because I just saw a giant boil, but it's probably being a little timid because my boat's right here. You know, it's not something that a lot of people talk about. There is a legitimate shark problem in Florida right now. And it's one of those things where sharks are a threatened species across the world, but I'll tell you what, in Florida they're doing pretty damn good. You've probably seen the video of the guy getting bit by a giant bull shark in the Everglades, releasing a fish, like had his hands touch the water, and a giant 8-foot bull shark grabbed his hands and ripped him overboard. Now I'm like, I'm lucky that nothing came up and snatched it while I was sitting there reviving that fish, but really puts a damper on things when I was, you know, I'm hooting and hollering. That's the biggest redfish I've caught in quite a long time, and sight cast him on the fly, and he got crunched by a shark, and now his head's just floating there. So, and a funny predicament too, the area I'm fishing in, redfish harvesting is actually closed, because that would be a slot size fish, and all things considered, if it was like slot size fish, maybe would have kept it. But that's real, man. That's what's happening. That is a consequence of catch and release fishing. And today it was a mandatory catch and release because the law, and you know, I do a lot of it, but that is the reality of it sometimes. And that's a bit of a bummer, man, real bummer. Well, unfortunately, there's our redfish right there, post-mortem. What a bummer, man, what a real bummer. And we're just gonna have to toss this head into the water. I mean, it's gonna be recycled, it's gonna go back into the water, and the nutrients is gonna be recycled, so it's fine. Just, it's a bummer to see it happen, man. All right, let's try to mentally reset here after a bit of a up and down start. Oh, giant head wake right here. I don't know what it is, but I just backcast it into a freaking tree. Here's a question for my fly fishing aficionados here that watch the videos. How do you get your fly to not like bunch up around the hook and swim all wonkety? Or is it you just have to fix it like every cast? It's part of the deal. Holy crap! What was that? Whew. That was insane. What was that? Really, really nice head wake here. This is a very, very big fish coming up. Oh, daddy. I can't tell what it is still. It's kind of coming left to right, just turned a little bit here. I just landed like on top of it on accident, I think. It swirled on me actually. Something just freaked out to my left. Oh, wow. The way that's pushing water to me, that has to be just an enormous, enormous Jack Crevalle, but I would be the happiest camper on planet Earth to catch one of those on a fly rod, man. I mean, I'm happy to catch them on any type of setup, but particular fly rod would be most excellent. This right here is just some of my favorite stuff on earth, man. Getting up in the mangroves, tucked away, no boats, there's no buildings, I don't hear any cars. This is just literally heaven to me right now. Deep in the mangroves, throwing a fly rod, trying to track down some giants. But even if we don't track down any more giants, life's pretty good when you're back in the groves, man. Oh man, there's a fish. I'm just trying to turn him. Don't think it's a giant, but I'm pretty sure it's a snook. Whew. There is a lot going on here, and I think it's gonna just continue to fire up. No, this is a mega mangrove snapper on the fly. Dude, I have been the mangrove man lately. I don't know what to tell you. Holy freaking beast, too. I just have been doming giant mangroves. Really don't know what it's all about. Holy cow. That guy might take the cake right there. Freaking mega dog mangrove on the fly. Unbelievable. Ooh. Mangrove snapper, probably about a 15-incher. But he is, I don't know, 8 inches tall. Such a girthy fish. We're gonna let him go. The fly rod has been good to me today, but we're gonna put it down as the sun's coming down because we need to throw a top water. And I just don't have any popper flies. If I did, I'd probably stay with it. But I'm gonna pick up a regular setup and start bombing a top water and see what we can make happen. That's a fish, guaranteed. There's an eat on it right there. Oh! What a freaking eat that was. Not sure what we have on here. It's probably a jack or a redfish. Not huge. So it's gonna crank and crank and crank so we can keep casting on these fish that are eating right now. It ate like a 400-pounder, but it looks more like a 2-pounder. Oh, huge wake up in there where I just hooked this fish. Crevy. All right, last cast. Actual last cast. All right. Actual last cast. All right. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. It is time for me to head back to the ramp. I got an hour drive home to see the family. The boys are down, but I gotta get home and see the wife. Mentally exhausting day, but it felt good to get out here. The fly rod's a different beast, and I really enjoyed getting back to throwing it. I don't throw it nearly enough, and I think in the future we're gonna be doing a lot more of it, because honestly, I don't know if there's a better way to trick finicky big fish, and it worked today. At least for one of them. All my links are down below. Amazon store, all my gear and lures and everything I use is going to be linked down below. You can follow me on Instagram. You can support me on Patreon. I've been posting a little more over there. I appreciate you guys. Let's go home.